Well, nearly stuck here. Yes, you are seeing a target in my backyard. This is where I practice on a regular since I got my bow. We do have a range that we go, actually a couple ranges we go to. One here in town in Wichita Falls and one in Roanoke called Cinnamon Creek Ranch. I absolutely love that range. It is amazing. They've got like 4 or 5 3D ranges, indoor and outdoor target ranges. So if you're ever in Roanoke, Texas, near Dallas-Fort Worth, stop by, check them out. They have tons of bows, tons of arrows. They're really great guys. Anyways, so I figured I'd show you a little bit of my practice. My family has a competition coming up. It is a 3D competition where we're shooting at animal-shaped targets or fun-shaped targets, not always animal. I think one of these that they have is a dinosaur. Maybe even a Yeti, Bigfoot, things like that. So I'm practicing on the 3D target that we're actually going to be getting points on. This is called the R100 competition. This is my oldest son's shoot. He's a veteran competitor. He's been shooting for over a year now, competitively, and through 4-H and other organizations and just random open events that we find and take him to. This is my husband's second, and he's been shooting for over 30 years. So, well, not over 30 years, he's only 34, so, but his bow is over 30 years old, until he got the new one. So this will be mine and my youngest son, who is 7's first competition. We are really excited. We've been practicing constantly, which today I'm the only one home. The boys are in Austin, having a good time with their cousins before Daddy leaves. So I figured I'd just come out and get a little bit of sun and, get a little practice in. Obviously, I need it. Let's try that again. And I guess I'll talk about a little bit of the way they score things in 3D in case you guys are interested. Oh, it would help if I square up. My stance is completely off. Ah, that's better. Not perfect, but better. It's a higher score. With this particular type of target, I believe it's a ADA target, archery something. I'll make sure I correct myself if I'm wrong. They score it certain ways. There's a 5-shot, a 5 score, 8, 10, and 12, and 14 on certain competitions, but this one is not using the 14 rings. This one is going to be using the 5, 8, 10, and 12. Which so far I have 2 5s. The only time you get a miss in this type of target is if, or no, a 0 is if you actually miss. So I can score points. Let's see how many I can score. And I really should stop trying to talk while I'm aiming. Looks like I'm a little to the right. What am I doing? Ah, there we go. That's better. Alright, let's get up there and find out what I did. Not horrid. I could definitely have better grouping. I was too busy yakking to you guys. But I scored every single time. I didn't miss. So I've got 3 5s, an 8, and this one here is a 10 because it broke the line, which is one thing I love about archery. If it breaks the line, it counts as a higher score. On this particular target that they're going to be using for scoring, you have 5 is the whole body, then you have 8, which is a big circle, 10 is the little circle, and 2 12s. But this top 12 only counts if you call it before you shoot it. So if you hit this one any point in time, 12, 12, 12 all day long. If you hit this one, it's a 10 unless you called it first. So that's not too horrible. Let's pull these out and try again. All right, now all you archery experts out there, remember, I've only been shooting for a few weeks. So please don't be too mean about my grouping. I know I need better. I have gotten better several times. I tend to get better the longer I shoot for the day instead of other archers that tend to get more tired. I don't know why. Probably because I'm not yakking. But I do absolutely love this Bear Cruizer G2. It's lightweight. It's easy to handle. It came with a pretty decent scope from Trophy Ridge, or Sight. I keep calling them scopes, it's Sight. And I love its finish. If you know me, I'm an all-American, all-Texan, anything red, white, and blue, that's my thing. Though it is muted, I still absolutely love it. I just ordered a finger sling to get rid of this wrist sling. Ha! See, I told you I could get better grouping. A finger sling helps you train yourself to dead hand, so you're not gripping the bow, which is one problem that I know I have. I am death gripping this bow to the point my hand hurts after so many rounds. Told you I could get better grouping. I need to focus on shooting and not yakking so much, huh? Alright, last arrow, then we'll go see what I did again. This is, by the way, at about 20 yards. And I heard those arrows touch. Beautiful. Let's see what I scored. Look at that grouping right here. Look how gorgeous that is. Dear Lord, I don't even think my kiddo gets that good of grouping. Woohoo! I love it. Hopefully I can do that next weekend at the competition. Let's see here, I got 4 10s. Yeah, I'd call that 4 10s and an 8. Excellent. Look at me. Yes, I'm bragging a little bit. I'm excited about this because that's a beautiful grouping. This one kind of flew. It's the arrow that hates me right there. But look at that. All right, guys, so I had to get you a different angle, and which is actually closer, because my phone was overheating in the Texas sun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go back to the 35-yard line and see how I do from there. And this will be my last shot on camera, so you guys can go about your day afterward. So the first one was at 20 yards. Now I'm going to 35 yards. not horrible, but most 3D tournaments you only get 1 arrow, not 5. So that first one would have been okay. One of them, not so much. Okay, so with this one I made a 5, a 5, 8, 10, and a 0. Like I said, in most 3D competitions you only get 1 arrow, so this one I wouldn't have made any points on, which would have sucked. But that's why I practice. My grouping is crappy at 35 apparently. Terrible, terrible at 35. But this one here and this one here are why I need to work on dead hand. Because when you're gripping that bow so tight, you end up kind of yanking sometimes or dropping your bow too quickly. So that's why I got the finger slings coming in for me and my youngest. My oldest one already has one, and Daddy doesn't need them. He's already good at it. So there you go. Figured I would show you what I can do with my bow after a couple weeks of having it. I'm pretty proud of myself, I must say. Toot toot. But you know, if you guys have any suggestions on what I can do to improve myself, I know I'm fairly good at stance, fairly good at standing straight, not leaning back. My breathing could be worked on. My dead hand needs to be worked on. And definitely breathing, definitely. So, all right, well then, here it is. Probably update you guys again maybe this week, maybe do some shooting, some video at the competition, which is an R100 competition. Me and hubby are going for 100 targets. He's shooting for 1,000. I'm shooting for, you know, not missing. You guys have an excellent day.